let's just take a moment and welcome ourselves here today. Let ourselves land, resting into the support of the earth and allowing our bodies to settle like sand, sifting down, embraced and held. And we can begin together by receiving and releasing some sighs if that feels fun or good for your body today. Let's just take a few full breaths and you can let those sighs come out with sound or silence. Yeah. Allowing a few to come through here. Maybe your body wants to wiggle or shift or shimmy as we're coming into contact with these breaths. We'll spend most of our time here together today in regulation work. We'll continue this practice together of coming home to our bodies or welcoming ourselves home to our bodies. Our bodies are our homes. And so many of us have spent so much time in healing work with the best of intentions, sweeping the rooms of our homes, rearranging the furniture, redecorating the walls. All of this work adds to our healing. This regulation work, it helps us shore up the foundation of our homes. It fills the cracks and restores the fragmented dust. So our homes rest upon what is sturdy and solid, unwavering. It helps our bodies by helping our nervous systems that communicate about whether or not we're safe to our bodies to rest into support. It helps our nervous system smooth out its signals so that we can jump into action effortlessly and rest effortlessly at appropriate times. And when that foundation is solid, we have so much space to just be at home in our bodies. And when we've been out wandering, as we do, we can remember, we can return again and again. And we can welcome pleasant, unpleasant emotions, sensations, and experiences all at the same time. And we give them all a home. Just the same. It sounds so easy, right? As we've talked about before, coming home to our bodies hasn't always been an experience that some of us have wanted or felt safe enough to be able to sink into. I woke up in immense pain this morning from an injury. And the last thing in the world I wanted to do was come home to my body. I wanted to be outside where it felt more pleasant in my illusion, to be focused on screens and daydreaming about when I might feel better instead of feeling the grief of, oh, pain here again. How long will it last? Will it ever change? But when I sat down and just lovingly made space for the pain without needing it to be different, a softness arrived. a grief arrived. And with that grief, there is love. And with that love, we are wide enough to welcome it all. And it feels so much easier to be at home, even when there's pain. And so I know it's a big ask, especially for those of us that have done a really good job at not hanging out at home. And so this is a practice. And we can lovingly ask ourselves, when we hear these pains or discomforts knocking on our doors, what needs more love here? What's calling for my attention? And so we'll move into the practice now of support, allowing our bodies and the systems in our bodies that work so hard to help us survive with such beautiful intention, with such deep care. They help us move us towards our deepest desires. And here now, we'll make space so that our bodies and our nervous systems can rest into that support. We call this regulation work intentional touch. And we've done some over the past few days, and now we'll weave it all together. And as you get settled into a posture, this can be done lying down, it can be done sitting, it can be done standing. So ask your body in this moment, what is the most loving posture for me today? And maybe throughout this work, your posture changes. That's fine and great too. It's welcome. And what we'll do here, I'll guide the whole process. You can just allow my words to guide you, is we'll support the chest and heart, and then we'll support the kidneys and adrenals, support the brainstem, and then we'll come down and support the feet. Each one for about 3 minutes. And if at any point one of those doesn't feel supportive, come to a resource. You can do some more of those sounding, sighing exhales. You might allow your eyes to move through the room slowly, maybe hand to heart or hand to belly. And as we begin, let's just allow a few breaths to move in and out naturally. Receiving each inhalation and releasing each exhalation. And as with all of our practices, you're welcome to have your eyes open or closed, whatever helps you feel most present today. We can bring our intention to your top of your right shoulder and the outside of your left hip. And just like we did yesterday, you can imagine there's a ribbon running from the top of your right shoulder across the front of your body to the outside of your left hip. Just allowing the heart, lungs, rib cage, and chest to expand naturally as it allows. Right shoulder, left hip. And welcoming every part. And we can't do this wrong. These are kind of new practices, and it's interesting to imagine how they might even work sometimes. And so we just rest our gentle, kind intention here and see what happens together. Yeah. And whatever comes up, comes up. And then we can flip flop and bring our intention over now to the top of the left shoulder and the outside of the right hip. And letting that ribbon drape softly across the front of your body. And from the top of the left shoulder to the outside of the right hip. And supporting your heart, lungs, rib cage, and chest. Plenty of space here, plenty of time for all that's here. Left shoulder, right hip. And a little bit goes a long way here, so we can even bring less effort in. And just resting into support here. And then we'll float down to your right adrenal. And your right adrenal is in the mid to lower back, just beneath that bottom rib, and sitting on top of your kidney here, and shaped like a pyramid. As we rest our attention here and offer support, we don't even need to get the location perfectly. Our intention is more than enough. Whatever it is that we're welcoming here, we can say to it, I care about this. And we can find a little bit of warmth as there's so much support here to allow this right adrenal to rest. And open to all of the possibilities of healing. And then we can float away from this right adrenal and gently over to your left adrenal. Sitting on top of your kidney here, shaped like a half moon. And yeah, there's so much space here. And so much time for all that arises, pleasant, unpleasant, neither. We welcome it home together. Yeah, supporting your left adrenal. And a question I like to ask myself when something arises that feels hard to welcome, I just say, can I just let it be okay to let it be here, whatever it is? Left adrenal. And then we can float away from your left adrenal and slowly up, take the elevator up to the top of the spinal cord. And as it comes up through the hole in the base of the skull at the juncture here, we can support your brain stem. Yeah, just allowing your brain stem to rest into support and letting it open up as it allows naturally. Yeah, brain stem. Maybe even allowing or offering gratitude to the brainstem for keeping you alive if that feels resonant, or keeping you safe. And then we'll float away from your brainstem and slowly come all the way down to your ankles and feet. And we can support your ankles so that they can be open. Our ankles are like hinges, like how a door opens and closes. And when we can support your ankles to be open, Any unhealed energy, any energy that's not serving you today can flow down and out from the top of your head through your entire body, down your legs and out the soles of your feet, back to the earth. Supporting your ankles. Maybe one last sweep from the top of your head down through your entire body, front and back of your body, left and right, and all the way down. Anything that's not serving you today can just exit through the soles of your feet and back to the earth. And then we'll rest. We'll rest here in a healing silence for a minute, letting our bodies integrate this work. Notice anything in your body, heart, mind that feels supported, soothed, more spacious, maybe anchoring to anything that feels resourcing that you'd like to take with you today. And you can continue to rest here, or you can follow the sound of my voice back into the space. And taking this all with you out into your day. And then we get to meet again tomorrow for day 5. And thank you so much for allowing me to walk this path with you. Thank you for giving yourself this precious time. And have a beautiful rest of your day.